EOS has pulled back hard along with the rest of the crypto complex, but we still have a bullish pattern intact. While it's in what I'm calling the doghouse, a red category crypto, as I'm going to describe later, we still have multiple bullish patterns intact. As we can see on the chart I've pulled up, this is the 1 hour view. And if you watch my last update, we had a pattern that was our primary. That is the blue pattern as displayed. And that blue pattern called for a peak right around 594. And we presumably had pulled back in a wave 2. However, since then, like with many other cryptos, we have actually rallied a little bit higher for a higher overall wave 1 or the subwave 5. And then we had a calamitous drop in a wave 2. A little bit of clarification is necessary to understand what I meant by EOS being in the doghouse. Typically, we don't want our wave 2 to pull back any more than 61.8%. That's what this golden yellow line here is marking. However, we fell through that 61.8% retrace line along with Ethereum Classic as well as Stellar Lumens. So these are the 3 cryptocurrencies that I put in my red category. So please check out that video if you're curious, but it just means that we broke the standard retrace parameter here. Now, the reason I'm not worried about this breaking down is that these are the only 3 cryptos that I'm tracking that have broken their supports. None of the other cryptocurrencies have broken their supports or are showing any signs of breaking their supports. And therefore, I've moved the red support down to 393. And this is the 76.4% retrace, which we really should not break. If that breaks, we may be in some trouble. As long as we hold this, we're still in our box or near the box, and thus it's still a decent time to buy. So if you want to put some lump sum purchases in, this is a decent time to buy, provided we hold our pattern. Now, we may actually have a lower low coming, and that's what this orange pattern here is. That presumes that the first drop off was an A wave and that we've had a B wave bounce, then that we have further downside in a wave C. So do not be surprised if we turn down and have a lower low, but we should hold 393, provided that that support holds. Our wave 3 immediate upside is looking at 869 to 946 for the wave 3. And after a fourth wave consolidation, we're looking at 993 to 1070 for our fifth wave. When we shift to the big picture, we were originally following the blue pattern, and the blue pattern was extremely bullish. You may remember the huge returns I had. Well, in our standard targets, we typically want to hit at least the 0.382 extension, which would put us at 775. But we fell $1 short on what we are calling now the top of the wave 1. So therefore, this purple pattern that I have added here is now my primary pattern, just like on the small term picture. And when we look at this primary pattern, it may not look as awesome as the blue, but we're still looking at a top right around $20. So somewhere between anywhere from $13.93 to $20. The big range is there because I'm using a Fibonacci extension of this 1-2 that we have so far, which is right here. And that projects out to, again, $16.65 to $20, right around that range. Now, there's reason to be bullish about EOS still. EOS, along with almost all the other altcoins, have missed their standard subwave 1 target. It seems like the only cryptos that actually hit those are Bitcoin and Ethereum, and a small handful of other altcoins, such as Polkadot. So what this means is that we're going to top in this range, but here's where the excitement is. This I'm marking as a larger wave 1. So that larger wave 1 could strike our $20 target, and then we may have a wave 2 after that. If this wave 2 pullback is corrective in nature, our wave 3 target is looking at $185. So I'm going to let that sink in. It sounds absurd, but based on the Fibonacci extensions, there's confluence at this juncture. And the reason for that is that if we actually hit this wave 1, when we look at our even bigger pattern historically, that would be right about where the 0.618 extension is for our overall big picture pattern. If we hit 0.618 for our wave 1, that means that basically the 1.236 extension would be our next target up. Our wave 3 would take us up to presumably either the 1.236 extension of this smaller 1-2 we have, or the 1.236 extension of the larger 1-2 we've had historically. And that would put us anywhere from $65 to $185. That would be the 36, 37x return that would keep us excited. So for that reason, we may have to have a bit more patience, not only in EOS, but various other altcoins, in which we may actually have a wave 1 top coincide with the overall wave 5 top that we're going to see in Ethereum and Bitcoin and some of the other longer standing, larger cryptocurrencies. Now, I do want to point out that there's an alternate pattern here in red, as with all the other cryptocurrencies that I am analyzing, and that calls for the correction we had earlier this year as being the A wave of a larger wave 2, and this rally being the B wave within this larger wave 2. This would call for a larger wave C drop to a lower low. But at this time, I'm not expecting this pattern to come to fruition. I'm not seeing any evidence of anything like this. As a matter of fact, several of the cryptos have already rallied past. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Love to read your comments below. Until next time, happy trading. Thank you for watching.